Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. I have observed that this new way of using the sword leaf has generated more doubts than anything else. So I'm going to start today's video by explaining to each of you what you have to do. My brothers, first of all, stop trying to think with your third-party minds about everything I do. You question the things that are done, as if it was the person speaking here who made a mistake, because you don't have the courage to say that it was me who made a mistake. So you tell her, look, this is wrong. As if she was the one who did it wrong. I already told you here that I know each one of you. Regardless of whether you speak out or not, because whoever enters this channel and starts listening to the messages here, regardless of whether they believe in what is said or not, creates a connection with me. So I know what's going on in each of your hearts. So while you address that there is a mistake, you are not criticizing her, you are criticizing me. I was wrong, I was wrong. I've said this here several times, everything I do always has ulterior motives. It's like little tests that you have to pass, and unfortunately I am forced to recognize that the majority do not pass. Why doesn't it pass? First, because you hear what you want to hear, you don't have the habit of stopping. I don't think I understand. Listen again, and if you don't understand, ask for help. No, you understand, because you are always very intelligent and insightful, so you understood it the first time. And you do everything wrong, because you understood very well what was said there. It's my brothers, small tests, many errors. When I do something here, what do you think? That if she wrote something wrong, I would let it go, especially in relation to a procedure or some ritual. So when you question what's there, you're not questioning her, you're questioning me. I messed up. And stop to think and see, because this is exactly what you thought. Because you think with small minds, third-party minds in which everything has to be very right. I tell you, my brothers, that if I come here and say, from tomorrow onwards you will repeat a single word during the day, and you will be totally protected. Would everyone believe this word? I will answer, no. You wouldn't believe it. What do you mean a single word will be able to protect me all day long? Ah, this doesn't exist. Of course, because you are thinking with this small mind you have there. Which is a mind that always has to have a huge prayer, it always has to have a lot of words for you to believe. That's the way you are. For me, a thought, no words would suffice. If you thought about a certain object, a certain image, for me that would be enough to understand what you want. But you need something material, you need something very precise. So you have to have the correct words, you can't get the words wrong, because if you get the words wrong, it loses its meaning. And then I messed up. I already said, everything I do has ulterior motives, and of course they are always small tests, and you don't realize it, you fall right into the trap. Because you don't realize that you are being tested, and you fall every time. Many think they are powerful. No, I'm not going to do anything with this group, I'm going to do it whenever I want, because I have power, so I can do it whenever I want. Very well, keep thinking like this, keep being selfish and individualistic and follow your path, choose yours, choose yours. Others don't understand what they have to do but think they understand, and go on doing everything wrong. My brothers, this channel has a group of people who are there, ready to help with any questions you have. But you don't ask, why? Shame? Embarrassed to admit that you didn't understand? Why shame? Why shame? No one is forced to understand the first time, for that there are people who are there ready to help you, but you would rather do everything wrong than ask. So honestly, I wouldn't want to be here wasting another day, when I could be talking about Sananda's compliments to be saying all this here. It wasn't so senseless that I said it so that everyone would get it wrong. Anyone who has been in the treatment group since the beginning knows that what I said is not absurd. But you chose for everyone to understand in their own way, and for everyone to do whatever they wanted. Now one thing I ask of you, don't keep telling her that it's wrong, say to me, you made a mistake, Archangel. This is wrong here. Have courage, don't keep accusing her that she's wrong. I would like you to think a lot, because you are taking very strange paths, soon this will become a discussion table. Because you're going to start questioning everything I say, and then if that happens it'll just stop. Either you accept what I say, or simply. Why are you listening to me? I didn't understand. I'm not the guy next door who you can just say, no, you talked nonsense. Rethink your positions, rethink your arguments. You are used to finding a way in everything, do not accept, it has to be the way you want it, without rules. And then you complain because your world is the way it is, because you don't accept rules. You always want to find that way to get around everything. I understand that from now on, I will have to do a dictation, like you learned in school in the past, so that everything is explained very well so that you understand. I'm not questioning those who don't understand, because it's perfectly normal to not understand. My issue is not understanding and doing it on your own, doing it wrong on your own or questioning what is wrong. This I will not accept. You have help all the time, ask, but there is also another side that I would also like to mention here. The people who are helping with this channel do everything possible to put everything in, leave everything in your hands, and what do? Ah, where is that again? Ah, wait, I'll ask. Don't bother looking, he knows he can look for it, but he doesn't. It's easier to sit down and send a message, oh, I can't find that, where is it? People who are just joining the channel, I even admit, who don't know what the routine is like yet, but people who have been here for a long time? My brothers, stop passing on to others the things that you have to do, these are little things that, day by day, undermine your entire evolution process. This is not a small thing. If done once it's forgivable, now if done all the time, it starts to take on weight and that path starts to get a little more complicated for you to follow. You have hands, you have legs, you have a head, to act. Leave the help that can be given to those who cannot effectively act. Now you settle in. You sit in that hammock, on the edge of the balcony, in front of the sea, enjoying the breeze, drinking juice and asking, so and so, please research this for me, because I can't find it. And there you are, enjoying the breeze, drinking juice, swinging in the hammock. And then the guy has to stop what he's doing to look for what you want. It's my brothers, you don't have the slightest idea of the wrong things you do. And then, you keep asking me if you are already at the point of evolving. Is this evolution, is this moving forward with all your might? Or lying in that hammock swinging and doing nothing? Is this what you want? Because while you swing in the hammock your path is at a standstill, your walk is at a standstill, there is no walking, there is no evolution. Because you don't seek to improve, you don't seek to evolve, you don't seek to learn, I am what I am, and I will not change. Very well, you just made a decree, so your path has stopped. Because if you are what you are, you won't change, the path has just stopped. You will not go forward, because whoever wants to evolve has to learn new lessons every day, new mistakes. Because the majority are falling. Many people fall to the ground and understand, oops, there was a big rock, I need to get it out of my way. And learn your lesson, remove the stone from the path, and go forward with your knees all hurt. It doesn't matter, he's moving forward, he's forgotten the pain and he's moving forward, because this person wants to evolve. This person wants to be a better human being each time, he wants to be a human being increasingly ready for evolution. Don't lie in the hammock, swaying, taking in the breeze. This doesn't evolve anyone. If you have difficulties, do whatever you can to overcome your difficulties, or you are resigning yourself. I have difficulties, so I can't do it. Very well, once again I repeat, your choice, do not complain later. I did everything I had to do, why didn't I evolve? What? Did you do everything you had to do? Did you lie in the hammock the whole time, swaying, catching the breeze, and did you do everything you had to do? It's my brothers, some of you really still don't understand what it's like to move into the fifth dimension. You didn't understand. Many think it's enough to be nice. I love everyone, I'm a good person, so I'm going to evolve. Indeed, these are important points, but they are not all. The path has much more learning than that. So my brothers, wake up, realize what is in front of you. My every movement has a meaning, a reason. Now don't try to understand this meaning and why literally, because you won't understand. I know what I do. So I'm going to explain it one last time, and I don't want anyone else commenting on it. I tried to do something to help them, and it seems that the thing took on immense proportions and no one understood. Everyone sit at your desks because I'm going to start teaching the class, so sit at your desks and be quiet, it has to be like a school teacher. Very good. There is an egregore of light. What is an egregore of light? To make it easier for you to understand, it is like a big ball of green light, the healing light. This egregore was created by the Archangel Raphael and Mother Mary, so that those young people, those people who were in a deep state of depression and committing suicide, could be treated. What is that image for? Just so that you can visualize a location, because the egregore is created in that location. It was my choice. Then the egregore is created there, so that you can position the egregore within the planet, within space. Very good. This egregore was created. Then groups of people were created who donate energy to this egregore, who play their part in donating to help the people there. Very well, several groups were created per day, there are 2 groups each day. Very good. I had said here that the ideal is for people to participate twice a week, no more than that. Groups are formed at 10 p.m. every day, and you choose the day or days you want to participate. Why can't it be any time? Because it is at that time that Archangel Raphael breaks the free will of all the people inside, and you can send energy without having consequences because of it. There is my protection so that the negative forces that are with those people do not turn against you. Mother Mary does the healing work, serving one by one. Anyone who sees Mother Mary working knows that she comes close to each person inside the egregore. The Pleiadians are in charge of taking the dark beings that were there, for training, for a new approach to life. And Archangels help in the healing process through astral projection. So let's imagine this egregore, it's a green ball with a large ship on top, in which the Pleiadians and Archangels work at the same time, Archangel Raphael taking away free will, me, protecting you, and Mother Mary healing everyone. Then you decide to do it whenever you want. What did you do? You imagined the egregore, sent energy there, and be sure that there is always someone lurking to catch those distracted people. Where is your protection? But I said the prayer you said. Very well, you said the prayer I said, but what about the entire group that has to be, all together at that same moment? What could happen to you? A lot, because you're not involved in that whole process there. My protection there is immense, it is not individual. So you're saying that praying for just one person doesn't protect? It's not that it doesn't protect, but you are open to receive anything. Then you will respond, then it doesn't protect. I will tell you the following, when each of you donate energy, you are donating your own energy, because the vast majority are not Reichians, those who are Reikians or have other techniques send energy from the technique, but the vast majority do not, the vast majority send their own energy. So yes, I protect you, there is no doubt, you will not be helpless just because you are not in the group, but this protection of mine is not enough for your action. Because you're sending it to some people in there, and you're invading their free will. It's as if. I'll give you a very easy example. How do you use these small cards to get money from the bank? Oh, you have a password, correct? Without the password you can't do anything. So I'm going to tell you that prayer is nothing more than a password for you to participate in the whole process. So it's not that I don't protect you, but you don't have access to anything, you have access to anything you are imagining in your mind, not that egregore. Why were you not given proof of your password, where? At that moment the bank is not open, the bank only opens at 10 o'clock at night, so you can enter the password and enter the egregore. So, I'll explain what I said at the beginning of this video. I put together these prayers, so that you have something to believe in, so that you focus through prayer. But the meaning behind it, for me and for all other beings, is exactly this, it is the request to participate in the egregore. Do you now understand that doing it on your own won't solve anything? You are creating an egregore in your mind, which is not that one, and you are entering a password in a bank that is not yours. So you can attract anything. This why? Because you decided to do things on your own, you changed the entire process. 10 hours for me is really bad, it's too late. I'll make another schedule. There's no problem moving in time, there is time shifting, so do it with time shifting, but do it correctly. Very good. Continuing my students. This group was created. Together with this group I created the sword leaf. Then many wanted to draw the sheet, without comment. Let's go, moving on. This is because they didn't ask, continuing. Then there's the sword leaf. What is the leaf of the sword? In the version when the treatment group was created, the Gregor of Light, it was so that you could put the names of those people with depression, or with serious illnesses that needed to be treated. Okay, it's there, you put the names there, and I asked you to leave this paper in front of you, the donors. The leaf is in front and the person is donating energy. So whoever has the sheet in front of them, during the Gregor of Light process, we know that we have to take those people and take them to the egregore. This is how the person is taken there, it is through the blade of the sword. Very good. Then we expanded this process. People could ask for his healing, but it wasn't asking, put my name there and ask for a cure for me. No, whoever wanted the cure would write their name on the sheet of the sword, and spend 15 minutes, in the same way as the donors, participating. But prayer is about giving, not about receiving. What I just said, that prayer is the password to enter, no matter what is said there, it is a password to participate in the Gregor of Light. Do you continue to question me about the prayer I created? Continuing. So, whoever wants a cure, enters the treatment groups and does nothing, just has the blade of the sword in front of them, and stays there for 15 minutes receiving that energy. Because his name was taken to the egregore, and that person receives the energy back. Very good. With this avalanche that is happening on your planet, I set out to help you, to give strength to your families. And I tell you, these people do not stay in the same place on the egregore as the sick, they stay in another place. We separated a little corner of the egregore, to bless these people, to surround them with a layer of light energy, so that they can protect themselves, very well. So how will these people be involved? You will take another sheet of the sword, you will write the names, you don't know the whole name, give the first name, it could be friends, it could be animals, no problem. Very good. And what are you going to do? Whoever is a donor takes this new sheet, with the new names and places it in front of them. Whoever is receiving healing takes this sheet and puts it in front of them and does the 15 minutes of treatment. Who is neither one thing nor the other. Then you were lost. If you want to participate as a donor, act like a donor. If you want to be a receiver, act like a receiver. What's the difference? The difference is that one donates energy, and the other does nothing. You only concentrate for 15 minutes receiving the energy. Alright, how many times can you do this? So let's go. I didn't really say this, I admit, I didn't say this. Anyone who donates energy at most twice a week has no other point. Whoever is the recipient, as many times as they want. But you have to participate in the group, following all the guidelines from 10 p.m. to 10:15 p.m., sitting there concentrated receiving the energy, for everyone who is there on that paper, on the sheet of the sword. I think clearer than this I cannot be. I think I managed to be a very didactic teacher. And I hope there are no more doubts because I'm not going to go back to this subject anymore. And questions about it will no longer be answered, you will have to listen to the video. Okay, this is how you learn. Let's stop rubbing each of your heads, or you will never learn. That's it, my brothers, don't question what I'm doing, because in a little while I'm going to take this prayer and create a single word. And then no one will understand anything anymore, because you don't trust what I say. I try to follow things a little so that you feel more comfortable. But if that's the case, it'll stop, it'll be the way I want. Well, whoever wants to participate will have to think like this, and that's it. Anyone who can't think doesn't enter. I'm going to start making things more and more difficult for you. To see if this is the case, you understand that things are not the way you think they're in the third dimension. Things are a little different and you have to be prepared for that. I hope this subject ends here today, because I won't talk about it anymore, I'll only talk about it again when I'm done, when I tell you to burn this sheet with the names of your family, friends, and animals. The other doesn't, the other are people who need healing. So the sheet has to be in front of you. And it's not about putting the name of the guy who needs healing in front of him, the guy has to participate in the group. If you're putting that guy's name in front of you, you're invading his free will. This, Archangel Raphael will not take away. He takes away the free will of those who do not have the ability to think for themselves, whoever has it, he doesn't take it away. And then you'll have a small problem of invading the other's free will. Learn this. Do not suffer the suffering of others. If the other is sick, ask them, participate, you will receive 15 minutes of healing energy. Look how wonderful. It's not you asking him that he will receive anything, on the contrary, he won't receive it and you're still in trouble. I hope this was also clearly understood. Well, my brothers, that's what I have to say today. Unfortunately, from time to time I have to give my scolding, as you say, to see if you wake up. Because it seems that you enter a state of drowsiness, and begin to forget everything, they begin to think again with a tercera mind. And I want you to think with the mind of Quinta, so that you are really prepared to go there. I am Archangel Michael. I'm here, always helping you evolve, even if it seems otherwise.